with bachelor's, master's and PhD in computer science and engineering. Dr. Raghuveer comes with over 16 years of teaching experience and 1 year of experience in industry as well. He submitted a lot of research papers in international conferences and published more than 20 in conferences and journals as well. A passionate academician, he is also an academic advisor to leading universities across the country. But today we focus on Dr. Raghuveer's goal and mission as Dean Academics of the KL University. So my first question to you as Dean Academics of KL University, how do you strategize the curriculum to reach out to the students and to make it more specific in the fast changing world as well?
See, first of all, the foremost thing is that the stakeholders who are the students of any academic institution must know the importance of education. Students these days are choosing some program of study due to their peer pressure or due to their parents' advice or something like that without knowing exactly what are all the opportunities available in their respective branch or program of study. So our foremost important goal is to identify that exact importance of each and every program of study and sensitize our students to ensure that they explore the various opportunities which are available in the respective program of study. And the second important thing is they must be exposed to the skill sets that are required in the various fields of study that will greatly enhance their job opportunities as well as explore various options related to entrepreneurship and career advancement in their respective program. And the third important thing is with respect to the new education policy, there is a provision for multiple entry, multiple exit for the students, by which the student who is pursuing the first year of study, if they come out with any innovative idea, they can go and pursue their startup. And then whenever they get time to continue their academics, they can get back and continue from the place where they left. There is a provision for storing their credits that they have earned by the year of study into the academic bank, so that at any point of time at a later stage they would be able to continue with the rest of their study. And this gives a greater flexibility to the students in terms of continuing their study whenever, wherever they want. And the fourth point is choice-based credit system, which is the foremost important aspect with respect to any autonomous institution. We wanted to ensure that the students are given the flexibility to choose their own subjects at different intervals in order to decide their kind of degree that they want to achieve. And fourth one is the introduction of liberal education. Gone are those days where the students have to do a fixed course or fixed program with a fixed title. Some of the students who are interested to do a wide variety of courses and they want to pursue their career in their respective passionate field, they can do that by liberal education. So with these aspects, we wanted to make sure that the students who are about to take up higher education are being guided properly towards choosing their right program of study based on their passionate areas.
Flexible learning is something which KL University has been doing for years now. But as you were talking about liberal education, could you elaborate on that? Because that seems to be a very innovative way of imparting knowledge in the fast changing world when globalization and technology is changing everything around us. So could you share some details about how does that work for students?
Definitely. So liberal education is a concept which is recently introduced in the new education policy. The ultimate goal of that is to make sure that the students are not forced to choose a particular bundle of subjects that gives them a particular specialization in a respective program area. Rather, the students are free to choose wide variety of courses and the options that are available in front of them. For example, they can choose some course from their host university where they have registered, and if they want to pursue some other course from some other IITs which are offering on specialized areas, they can choose those courses as well. They don't have a fixed course structure or program structure, but they won't get a specialized degree or a degree with a specific title like computer science and engineering or electronics and engineering. Their degree will be called as Bachelor of Liberal Education because they have the right to choose the kind of courses that they want to study based on their passion. For example, a student who has got graduated 5 to 6 years back and is currently working in an industry setup, and he or she wants to continue education to update their knowledge on the latest areas, latest trends across different fields like computer science, electronics, mechanical. They may be working in that kind of projects which requires interdisciplinary knowledge. In those cases, the students are free to choose wide variety of courses in order to build their own learning path, which leads to the Bachelor of Liberal Education, that greatly helps them to succeed in their current career track which they are working. That is the ultimate purpose of it.
Sir, how does it fit into scheme of things in students of non-engineering courses as well?
Yeah, liberal education is nothing related to engineering or non-engineering. It is something which is open for the students to choose wide variety of subjects of their own and build their own degree without any specific constraint of limited number of subjects that they have to undergo. But it can be a 3 or 4 years depending upon their interest. Accordingly, they can build their entire degree by themselves by choosing the appropriate set of subjects.
This is time of pandemic and we are seeing so many changes and lockdown and a lot of interruptions in higher education. Is there something specific you've kept in mind while designing the curriculum for this year? How are we extending support to students who are aspiring to join Yale University?
See, with respect to the students who are aspiring to join Yale University, we would like to tell you that we follow a new model of learning, which is called the fluid learning. See, the ultimate aim of fluid learning is to make sure that the students are not constrained by a fixed course structure or a fixed set of courses that they have to do in order to attain their degree. So this fluid learning model primarily helps the students by giving the flexibility in different forms. One is by choosing their own set of subjects through the choice-based credit system, and the second one is the mode of attending the classes. Recently, the government has introduced the concept of 60-40 learning with respect to offline and online platforms. Government wants to make sure that the UGC wants to make sure that the learning happens 60% through offline classes and 40% through online classes. And we wanted to call it as a blended learning approach. In blended learning approach, the students are given the flexibility to learn by themselves to some extent and explore the wide variety of the questions, the wide variety of exercises in order to ensure that they attain the necessary knowledge with respect to the subject. However, all these things will be tracked through the online learning platform and the information will be reaching the teachers in time. Wherever they are going off the track, the teachers will intervene and guide them appropriately in order to complete that particular course. So blended learning approach is one of the major aspect with respect to the future of higher education, wherein the students need not have to be in the campus all the times in order to do the learning. Learning happens in their own space at their own pace. So that is the advantage of blended learning. And we do support the concept of virtual labs in our academic practice so that students who are not able to do the lab exercises beyond the college hours, they can do it virtually over the online platforms through various virtual lab facilities which are available. And apart from that, we give additional learning support in the form of augmented learning for our students through the platforms like LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, Simply Learn, and all these. With this, the student will be able to augment whatever they learn in their traditional classrooms through live lectures or in their face-to-face sessions with additional content which are custom created by the faculty members for their students for self-learning purpose. And the other question which you asked, how are we going to make changes in our curriculum in order to handle the effects of the pandemic and the disruption caused due to the pandemic? For that, I would say that the changes that we have made in the curriculum is from the perspective of the outcomes that the students attain. However, whatever subjects that the students learn across the program of study are mostly based on the industry requirements. But what we have made changes is in terms of the delivery of those concepts. in order to make the students getting more opportunities with respect to entrepreneurship or employability or career advancement in their respective areas. So the change has been made with respect to the outcome attainment of the course rather than the content of the course and its delivery methods, primarily to attain the outcome of entrepreneurship, employability, and career advancement.
Absolutely, sir. So now that we were talking about blended learning, it has been opposed by many academicians, because it comes with the challenges, there are opportunities as well. How is Scale University preparing all its stakeholders, whether it's the faculty and the students, to adapt it well in their academic session?
See, in order to be a part of any new innovation, the stakeholders are the ones who are to be trained appropriately. So, with the effect of pandemic that started a year before, we are very much into that right from the beginning to ensure that all our faculty members are trained to effectively use these platforms. And the faculty training was the first thing that we started to ensure that the faculty do not teach the very same way as it happens in a typical classroom session, because live interaction is something different, face-to-face interaction is something different. So we wanted to ensure, even though it is delivered through live lectures, the faculty are trained in such a way on the pedagogical approaches that makes the classes interesting for the learners. So rather than being a monotonous lecture that is delivered one way, we have introduced various new pedagogical approaches like breakout sessions and collaborative learning for the students in order to ensure that the students feel that they are in a typical classroom session, even though they miss that atmosphere. So the second part is to deliver those sessions for which the faculties are trained to our students, so that the students get the feel of how it is made available online to them, and necessary feedback were taken from the students to ensure that the classes are made more interesting day by day. And we have introduced wide variety of pedagogical tools and approaches in order to make these online classes, blended learning, an interesting option for the students.
Absolutely, sir. But how do you see the future of higher education in this digital age, and with technology and globalization, huge impact there. How do you see the future?
See, the future is very bright, but the only thing is that we need to ensure that we give the right thing to the students. See, earlier there were huge set of opportunities which were available in front of the students, but the problem now is that due to the pandemic, most of these opportunities which were available to them have become outdated, right? And instead of that, new opportunities have emerged over the period of time, right? New opportunities in terms of new arenas have been opened to the students, wherein there needs to be a lot of expertise and skill set in order to prepare the students for these emerging and upcoming opportunities. Our intention is to ensure that this dynamic nature of the environment and the dynamic nature of the trend, we need to make sure that we are able to sustain. We need to prepare our students to sustain in such environments. Whatever may be the emerging environment or emerging need, our students are mentally prepared as well as technically prepared in order to handle those challenges. So the future of education is very bright. There are a lot of opportunities available. Only thing is that there should be a change in the mindset. So that we are preparing our students right from the first year onwards.
How skill development is a very important aspect of education now. So how does Scale University balance the curriculum between academics and skill development?
Scale University don't see skills as a separate entity from academics. Rather, we blend them together. We wanted to ensure that every subject studied by the student has got an impact on the society, has got an impact on the requirements of the industry. So we have integrated the skill component as a part of our syllabus and curriculum itself to ensure that whatever the student studies over the period of time, they learn the necessary skill sets along with the academic content. See, skill is just a practice of whatever they learn by doing. But the more they do, they will be able to attain that particular skill set. What it requires is enough time in the academics so that the students will be able to get more time to practice on something that they learned by doing. So skill is being a part of the academics. Apart from that, we wanted to make sure that our students are exposed to the international skill set requirements, for which we have introduced a concept of certification courses. A 3-year study, a student involved in 3-year study will be undergoing 2 international certification courses. A student undergoing 4 years of study will undergo 3 international certifications on various skill sets that are relevant to their program of study. By that, the students are being benchmarked with respect to the international requirements, and they also get to know where they stand with respect to the requirements of the industry. So the students are given this opportunity to make sure that before they actually graduate, so they are on par with the industry requirements and ready to move and take up any challenges over the industry set.
Absolutely, there's a lot of effort being put in to make the education globally accepted and standards as well. But there are a lot of international students also coming to KL University to study. Is there a separate curriculum for them, or it's the same for all the students?
See, actually, we do have a good number of international students from different countries. But one interesting point that I wanted to share with you with respect to our curriculum design is that our curriculum ensures that the international, national, and regional requirements are catered by the students. We give due weightage to the respective categories under which the students have to select the subjects appropriate to their requirements. For example, the students who study from different countries may choose some subjects which are very relevant to their context. For example, a student from a country where there is having a huge water issue or something related to the education, they have an issue. The choice-based credit system allows the students to choose the subjects appropriate to their concern or their context, by which the students will be able to work on those problem areas immediately after they return back to their respective country. So the curriculum is made in such a way, this choice is given to the students to choose from the wide variety of subjects that addresses international, national, and the regional context, by which the students are well prepared for their context and they would be able to solve the problems related to that.
So, sir, education at KL University really gives a lot of importance to research and innovation. How do you see that and the milestones the university has achieved over the years and where you want to take it forward from there?
So with respect to the research and innovation, it is the foremost important thing for any academic institute, because academics cannot survive without research and innovation. Whatever we people study in academics these days are nothing but the research done by people across the globe. So in KL University, we wanted to make sure that research is imbibed as a culture, even in the undergraduate studies. We call it as engineering research, wherein the students will be involved in research related problems right at their undergraduate study itself. And towards this, the students will be exposed to wide variety of problems that are there out in the society, as well as the problems that are being faced by the industry at regular intervals, in order to ensure that whatever they study, they utilize it for the purpose of addressing those problems and challenges. This research-based education is going to pave the way for the students to get into the companies which primarily work on the research in the emerging areas like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, or setting up the 5G network across the country or so. Research and innovation is a part and parcel of the academics, and we offer this to the students at regular intervals to ensure that the students come out with solving real-time problems.
Absolutely, sir. Now the university also pays a lot of focus in creating jobs creators out of the university level itself, and not just job seekers. How's the entrepreneur sales role coming along, and what is your vision for it?
As I told you before, the pandemic has greatly affected the opportunities which were available prior to that, and new opportunities have emerged, and the students should be ready for taking up those new opportunities. For that, the students should have a completely different mindset. Rather than being a job seeker, they should be a job provider, right? So in order for that, the students should start addressing the kind of problems that has emerged due to this pandemic and try to give solutions in an altogether different way, because these kind of solutions never existed before, right? Take the case of the medical advancements like the pulse oximeters or other kind of devices which were only used in the hospitals. Now they are being used at regular home, daily day-to-day basis. It is being used at homes. So these kind of innovations must reach people, the larger audience, in order to make sure that they don't have to really rely on somebody else at every point of time. So towards this, we wanted to ensure that the students are prepared for this mindset of entrepreneurship right from the first year itself. The design thinking and innovation course which I told will really help the students to identify the challenges and try to resolve those challenges through technology. And if those challenges that they have resolved has come out with successful results, then they may be converted into startups. As we do have incubation centers in KL University, we are ready to incubate those kind of innovative ideas that can get converted into a successful startup.
Absolutely, sir. So you come with over 16 years of experience in academics. What is your goal as an academician in the role of Dean Academics to implement at KL University?
See, my foremost goal is to make sure that the campus gets converted into a corporate. Usually people say that it is campus to corporate. That means they prepare the students in order to go into the corporate culture and get adapted to the needs and requirements of that corporate environment. But rather, what I wanted to implement over the years is converting this campus into a corporate wherein the students start working on real-time problems and give innovative solutions right from their first year onwards. So this would lead to earn while studying, and that will become a great opportunity and game changer for the students, because industries expect students who have worked in real-time problems and are capable of giving solutions to the challenging problems that are being addressed by the industry. So my dream is to convert the campus into a corporate by bringing in that kind of culture in the academics, so that the students will be able to implement whatever they are learning and immediately start developing solutions for the betterment of the society.
Absolutely, sir. So if we talk about what are the core strengths of KL University, which also drawn you towards it to join it as the Dean of Academics?
Yeah, our core strengths are our people. The university strength of the university is purely on its faculty members. We do have wide variety of faculty members with varying specializations and the degrees in varying specializations. So we have attracted faculty members from across the country, and we are utilizing the services of the people from across the globe in order to teach our students. So I would say our faculty is our strength. Followed by it, we have a wonderful infrastructure that is capable of doing any kind of research work, solving real-time problems and giving solutions. And third is our curriculum. The way we have formulated our curriculum is to ensure that our students get the best and they are able to be ready for the kind of challenges of the future. In one word, I would say we are future ready.
Absolutely, sir. We are future ready. So, before we wrap this interview, your one advice to all the students and parents who are stressed about the admission time. It's a very important and crucial decision they have to make. What is your advice on what criteria should they decide the course and the university they want to go to?
See, most of the students who are looking into the universities, they see only the campus infrastructure, they see the faculty members through the list available in the website, and they see the specialization tracks. They stop with that, but they don't look into which university is supporting the students to become entrepreneurs right from the first year onwards. Right, the university which makes the students as job providers rather than job seekers is the only university that is capable of identifying the hidden talents of the students. Because the student who is going for a job package of 5 to 10 lakhs per annum may be much more capable of making a company of their own which can run in crores of fortune. So if the student has not explored what is their capability, then they would be settling for less. So I would suggest the students who are looking out for the institutes, kindly make sure that the institute supports the entrepreneurship culture right from the first year onwards. And if you are a student who would like to go for higher studies, ensure that there is a separate career track that supports the students right from the first year till the final year in order to get wonderful opportunities for higher studies either in India or abroad. Usually some of the universities do that only at the final year of study, wherein the students would not have learned the necessary skills that are required in order to pursue their higher studies abroad. We at KL University make sure that whatever transferable skills that are needed either for employability or for the entrepreneurship or for the career advancement are given across the years in order to ensure that the student comes out successfully in their respective career track. So that is the one piece of advice that I'm giving the students. So don't fall prey only to the infrastructure, don't fall prey only to the advertisements, rather just explore and try to ask most questions to the people to understand how the university supports research and innovation culture in their campus in order to make them successful entrepreneurs or successful in doing higher studies anywhere in the world.
Thank you so much for your time and such wonderful advice to all the students out there.
KL, deemed to be university.
We are future ready.